See maybe some precipitation?
Yeah, it looks like some rain chances are on the way, and that's something that we need. We've been talking about fires all weekend.
Yeah,
and we've
absolutely.
seen a few, nothing quite like what we saw last week during the work week, but we did have some flare-ups this weekend. This is not a flare-up, though. This is actually a controlled, prescribed burn in the burn area of that Ellis County fire, and that was lit to light some of the fuel, some of that dry tree, the dry vegetation, and was just lit so that no new fire gets built. Now this fire, which when Marty got to this one near Moreland, it was being tackled pretty well, which is good. But that one was started off the highway there by Moreland. Again, the bigger flames, those were that prescribed burn. And it did its job. They held it very well controlled. It wasn't as windy in northwestern Oklahoma today as it was yesterday. And as we look into the night, there are no hot spots on satellite heading into the overnight, which is good. Any of those small fires we saw today were easily dealt with. It is nice, clear as we're heading into the overnight, maybe some high thin clouds, and that's about it. Very quiet look all across our Lucky Star Skycam network, and it won't be quiet for the rest of the week. That's a little tease for you. We are going to track storm chances across Oklahoma, but first today, we were close. We almost hit a record in Oklahoma City this afternoon. 82 degrees, our official high, 2 degrees shy of that record of 84. But a really warm weekend helped fuel that fire threat. The fire threat's going to get extinguished as we get into the work week. Rain to the southeast tomorrow night and Tuesday morning. That's system number 1. System number 2 comes in, and this one is the one that provides us a better chance for rain for more of the state from central into eastern Oklahoma. Wednesday night, Thursday, and even on Friday, the chance for some thunderstorms will be around. So we'll see what we can get out of that. Cooler air dips in behind it. So Friday and Saturday afternoon looking a little bit cooler, but temperatures will rebound by this time next week and the early work week following that. Very, very quiet and Concho on our Lucky Star Skycam network. 66 degrees right now, that wind gust at 25. It's let up a little bit, still very breezy, but it's let up a little bit compared to earlier this afternoon in the early evening. 68 in Bethany right now, still 71 in Edmond, but here in the next few minutes, we'll see that get notched down into the 60s as elsewhere around the metro. We're all 60s, already in the mid 60s out in the West Metro. Overnight tonight, we could see some mid 50s over near El Reno and parts of Canadian County, but a lot of us get stuck in the 60s tonight with that warm south wind sticking around, and still another fairly warm afternoon tomorrow with upper 70s to low 80s across the metro. But you see those blue arrows, there's a front that's going to be pulling through the state tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Temperatures right now statewide, basically all 60s from what I can tell, except for a few 50s here and there. 58 in Alva, 56 in Enid, 59 down in Altus in southwestern Oklahoma. Western and southwestern Oklahoma will be the chilliest tonight, as well as the Panhandle with some 40s, upper 30s way out in the Panhandle. But a lot of us are really, really warm tonight, and still plenty of warmth to go around tomorrow. Behind the cold front, mid 70s to upper 60s. It's going to be kind of a delayed cooling and not an incredibly strong cold front that comes through tomorrow. But with 80s in southwestern Oklahoma and that south wind coupled with still pretty dry humidity levels in the teens and low 20s, we'll see at least a moderate fire risk tomorrow afternoon in southwestern Oklahoma and portions of central Oklahoma. A little bit lower up to the northwest because northwest Oklahoma has lighter winds tomorrow, and temperatures will be cooling, which will help. Tomorrow night and Tuesday morning, rain from eastern into southeastern Oklahoma will be best down in southeastern Oklahoma, with Tuesday highs being a few degrees cooler, back in the 60s for a lot of us with the north wind that's going to stick around. So not an impressive cold front, as by the time we get into Wednesday, we're back up in the 70s for a lot of communities and even some 60s up to the north. But Thursday will be a day of question. We could see some strong storms on Thursday if the setup's just right. It's just an early look at what fuel we do have for storms, but some very, very small hail, dime size to maybe some wind gusts around 60. Certainly not out of the realm of possibility going forward. And that will be rain that we love to have and need it. And we're dry, but cooler heading into next weekend. Chris, I'll send it over to you.